Good morning everyone, back for another round of updates after the round 8 games. A couple of talking points to talk about from the games as well. Off last week, apologies about that. Bit of a big weekend before that with state champs for the TRL up in the old sunny Queensland. Great weekend with all the boys and not the result we wanted, but we had a fight and missed out in the finals by 1 point, which was pretty gutting at the time. But we'll be back for nationals. Watch this space. Anyway, back onto the league. We've got a couple of things to talk about. First of all, I just want to applaud the Roosters and the Dragons. That Anzac Day clash is one of the best, and apart from probably the grand final in State of Origins, it's probably the game of the year, and it's the way they do it. I've spoken to a couple of who have been at the game over the other day. Unfortunately, I missed out. They just do it. They just do enough. They don't go over the top. The respect is amazing. The respect that they show for them, and the day overall is just a brilliant day for them. And it's good to see. There's a lot of the times you sort of people talk about the game like it was the war and things like that, and obviously we all know that's a bit of a over the top sort of way to say the game, but it's good that we've been able to now showcase something, and all clubs did it throughout the weekend, which is great to see. But obviously with the Anzac Day clashes, that Roosters Dragons game, not just the build up, but the game itself was a very good game as well. Thoroughly enjoyed watching it. The Dragons just keep going on. They're starting to think now, are they the real deal? Is it going to be another slump? I'm starting to think not. I'm starting to think they are the real deal. Special mention to their forward pack. That I've said it in previous videos. James Graham for mine is one of the buys of the year. The way he gets that forward pack going each and every week. He's already the heart and soul of the club, and he's been at the club for what you'd say 6 months, if that. So it's been good to watch. Love it. The other game on that Anzac Day was obviously the Warriors and the Storm down there at Amy Park. Tell you what, the Storm will just keep kicking on. You think, all right, this is the year that they're gonna finish probably bottom 8, maybe outside the 8. They've just produced 2 of the best performances all year from any club, and this weekend is a mouth-waterer. Dragons versus the Storm. As a neutral fan, I can't wait for this one. I think this is going to be one of the high-quality games of the year. Can't wait to watch it. Another talking point over the weekend, you'd have to say, was probably the Cowboys game. I think I honestly tipped the Cowboys. I think 7 out of 8 times this year. I just keep thinking each week, I think a lot of us do, alright, this is the week it clicks. This is the week it clicks. There's no clicking yet. And you start to wonder why. You start to think, is there certain reasons behind why they're not doing it and that sort of thing, but there's not too much more you can sort of think. For mine, personally, I'm a massive JT fan. I'm a massive Thurston lover. Nothing anyone can say to me can suggest otherwise. I think he's the greatest player in the game since Andrew Johns. I've said that a number of times. I'll stick by that. But I think last year, when he was out and Morgan took over and sort of the baton was passed on, I think that's the way it should have stayed. Like, it's not the way we should have a great leave the game, don't get me wrong, but I'm starting to think more and more the baton was changed, the dynamics of the side changed a little bit with how they played and things like that. We've now sort of gone back a year with Thurston. He's still a bit behind the 8 ball. He used to go to the line a lot. He used to cop those hits. He just hasn't seemed to be doing that this year. There's been talk about him and Morgan too nice to each other. One wants the ball, the other one wants the ball, but they're having almost an argument about who gets the ball, as in they're trying to give it to the other player each time. People want Morgan back to fullback. I don't think that really changes too much. He'll still be doing the same sort of thing. But for mine, maybe the baton should have been passed on last year as it was and stayed. But let's go. Let's see how it goes. I have a soft spot for the Cowboys. I love watching them play when they're in form. One of the most exciting teams of the comp. As I said, massive Thurston fan, so I'd like to see him come back a bit and start getting on a roll. But it's each week we keep saying it, and each week it doesn't happen. Next one I want to applaud will probably James Maloney. For mine is the signing of the year. He just keeps going. Now look at the Penrith side. Look at the injury list. They've got almost a first grade side out at the moment. And he just keeps going. He just keeps going. Gets the team up. Last weekend they were behind 10-2 or 12-2 to the Dogs. There was never any panic. It was almost like he was saying, "It's all good, boys. We've got this. Get down there, and I'll do the rest. Let's just get down there." And his control, his enthusiasm, the way he gets up each week for a game. He doesn't need to get up anymore and play the game. He's won comps. He's done all that as a player, but the way he just keeps going and going, he's just a true competitor, and he's a bloke I'd love on my team. He's an absolute guy I'd love to play alongside. Love to have at Parramatta, obviously a Para Junior back in the day. Love to have him back at the club. He just breeds success, and you know when he's there, he's going to give you 100% every week. He just gets players around him up, and that's what you like in a player. If other players in the side can respond to his energy, that's when you know you've got a good player, and that's definitely James Maloney through and through. Can't wait for the Origin series coming up. He's obviously probably the first pick for the Blues, and you have him and you have another playmaker there, and just say, look, let Maloney run the whole game. You chime in whenever you can. A bit of a bone to pick now. Obviously was at the Eels Tigers game. Well done once again. The mighty Eels, 2 in a row. A lot of people started writing us off, but look, we're here now. 2 in a row. We can keep building off this and keep going with it. Very exciting at the moment. Got a couple of this weekend against the Sharks is the big one. If we can win this, we can. Then we've got the Warriors then at home. It could be a 4-game winning streak, and that's a big thing for our season moving forward. Heard a stat the other day that if we can win the next 2, we're the same position as we were last year, and we all know what happened last year. We ended up making the top 4. Not saying that could possibly happen, but there's a good way to say if we can get the next 2, season's back on track, and we can do some things after people have written us off now. The bone I want to pick, I went to the game on the weekend. I've already mentioned this bit on Facebook, so all the Facebook friends will know a little bit about this already. A few have had their say. I'd like to know a little bit more from a couple of the viewers. Drop a comment below. I got to the game. I was getting ready at home at about 1 o'clock. I was going to go in early and watch the pre-game. I wanted to watch Wenny play, because I had a couple of first grade players like Hoffman and things like that playing. I wanted to see how they were going. I like watching footy, as most people know. I wanted to just chill out for the afternoon, watch a couple of games of footy. Great Sunday afternoon for mine. I was like, you know what, before I leave, let me just double check. Let me just make sure Wenty is playing there. Looked it up. No, you know where they are? 20 minutes down the road at Ringrose Park at Wentworthville. Oh, okay, under 20s must be playing. That's fine, I'll still go, that's fine. I'll just double check that. No under 20s games. You've got one game on a Sunday afternoon at ANZ Stadium against one of the arch rivals in the West Tigers. You've got one game on. And you've got your reserve grade side playing 20 minutes down the road. Anyone who lives in the West knows all you have to do at Wentworthville, go down the M4 for 10 minutes, turn off, get your car parked, walk over to the ground. You're in the ground by 20 minutes after you've left your home. Why can't the NRL go, look, see Parramatta's playing on Sunday, you guys play the curtain raiser game, get that going. There's 2 games there. No. Let's have one game. Let's charge the same price as we normally do, and then let's expect the crowd to come in. Now, a lot of people bag out NRL crowds, and they bag out the clubs and the supporters. I don't do that anymore. I'm blaming Todd Greenburg. Hope you watch one of these videos, Todd. Give me a call. Give me a call, because every interview you say how good the game is and what shape it's in and all that type of thing. The game isn't in good shape at the moment. I don't know what glasses you're watching them through and getting all these views through, but at the moment, the game isn't in the greatest shape that you say it's in, because the crowd figures are down, the atmosphere at games is down. Yes, your TV's good. TV deal, and don't get me wrong, I know the game's moving forward TV wise, and that's fine, but you need an atmosphere at a game live. You need that, and there's still traditional fans like myself who would rather go to the game than watch it at TV. And I'm going there at 2:45 when the game's at 4 o'clock to sit there in front of an empty stadium for an hour and a half before the main game starts. I just don't get it. I do not get it. I don't get it one bit. I just hope it changes, and it changes quickly, because I'm a traditionalist. Go back to 3 grades every game, before every game. You got your jersey flag, you got your reserve grade, then you got your main game. You got your cheerleaders having a dance during it as well, all that type of thing. But at the moment, I don't know what you're trying to do to advertise the game. I don't know how you're making it better. You keep saying it's in such great shape. I just don't see it. I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people have said the same thing. I know a lot of fans didn't go on the weekend because of the only one game. There was 17,000 for a Western derby. 2 great clubs that are supported very well, and you've got 17,000 people at the game. That should have been 30,000 minimum. 30,000 minimum. Or take it to a suburban game and have a packed house, 14, 15,000. There's your better atmosphere. There's your Sunday afternoon football. Not any of this garbage one game at ANZ Stadium, mate. It does not work. A couple of other things don't work in the game, which I'll go on about next video. Some time slots and things like that. Don't want to get the video too long, so I'll keep it there for now. There is some more talking points. Do probably another video end of the week regarding, say, the Manly issue. A couple of Manly fans have thrown rocks in glass houses this week. They've gone off a bit too early the last couple of weeks with Parramatta. Look who's in the trouble now. So there's some massive troubles at that club, and I want to touch on that a little bit later in the week. But as I said, a couple more issues in terms of the viewing times, Thursday nights, Fridays, all that sort of thing, but we'll mention that in another video. Better go. I hope everyone has a good week this week, and get to a game if you can. The crowd, well, let's get the crowds going. Hopefully there's a couple more games on each week before just the main game. But yeah, enjoy, guys. Have a good weekend. Have a good week, sorry, and bye for now.